Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Dopey. As many of you have noticed, Good Morning Dopey is totally fallen apart. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you guys. We've totally fallen apart. Today is October 24th. The last daily reflection that I posted was October 20th, which means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I don't know, got away from me. So, I'm not one to fuck with my commitments, and I still owe you October 8th, too. And I could do this, too. Can you do this? And Winnie's over there sleeping. Things are happening. The world is going. We did this crazy craft fair. Linda was selling stained glass. That was Saturday and Sunday where I would have caught up. But I didn't. I meant to catch up. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to make amends. My amend is I'm going to fix it now, and then I'm never going to do daily reflections again. But I did pretty good. We did 11 months pretty good. Maybe 10 and a half months good. Who knows? Anyway, this was Friday. Nothing grows in the dark. We will want the good that is in us all, even in the worst of us, to flower and to grow. That is, of course, from As Bill Sees It, page 10, if you guys were checking. With the self-discipline and insight gained from practicing step 10, I begin to know the gratifications of sobriety, not as mere abstinence from alcohol, but as recovery in every single department of my life. I renew hope, regenerate faith, and regain the dignity of self-respect. I discover the word "and" in the phrase when we were wrong. And when we were wrong, we promptly admitted it. Reassured. So my big amend is I'm sorry that I did this. Okay, my takeaway from that is keep going, work your 10th step. Just be ready to promptly admit it. This whole daily reflection today is basically a 10th step. All right, Saturday, true tolerance. Finally, we begin to see that all people, including ourselves, are to some extent emotionally ill as well as frequently wrong. Then when we approach true tolerance and see what real love for our fellows actually means, the thought occurred to me that all people are emotionally ill to some extent. How could we not be? Who among us is spiritually perfect? Who among us is physically perfect? How could any of us be emotionally perfect? Therefore, what else are we to do but bear with one another and treat each other as we would be treated in similar circumstances? That is what love really is. That's a beautiful sentiment. You know, love and tolerance is our code. The greatest love and tolerance is our code. It's good 6 words. Happy, joyous, and free. Good 4 words. These are the reasons that, when people shit on AA, they don't realize that love and tolerance is our code and that we are trying to be happy, joyous, and free. So let's show some love for our brothers and sisters in and out of recovery. October 23rd, what we know best. Shoemaker, stick to thy last. Better do one thing supremely well than many badly. This is good for me. That is the central theme of tradition. We're going into traditions. Tradition 5. Around it, our society gathers in unity. The very life of our fellowship requires the preservation of this principle. Survival of AA depends on unity. Unity. Any of you guys watch Chappelle's Show? When Rick James punches, what's his face? Charlie Murphy with the unity ring. Classic. Anyway, too much specialization leads to no specialization, to frittering of efforts, and finally to decline. This is like a Good Morning Dopey daily reflection. Meaning it's about Good Morning Dopey, me trying to do too many things as opposed to just make the podcast about drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. Conformity to AA's primary purpose ensures the safety of the wonderful gift of sobriety, so my responsibility is enormous. The life of millions of alcoholics is closely tied to my competence in carrying the message to the still suffering alcoholic or addict. I have the qualifications to share my sufferings in my way of recovery with the newcomer. Right. So carry the message to the people who still suffer. And finally, it's Monday, October 24th. By faith and by works, on anvils of experience, the structure of our society was hammered out. Thus, has it been with AA. By faith and by works, we have been able to build upon the lessons of an incredible experience. They live today in the 12 traditions of Alcoholics Anonymous, which, God willing, shall sustain us in unity for as long as He may need us. God has allowed me the right to be wrong in order for our fellowship to exist as it does today. If I place God's will first in my life, it is very likely that AA, as I know it today, will remain as it is. So, what is God's will? I don't know, I'm sure I've said this before. What my old sponsor used to say about God's will is that when we are doing something good for other people, when we are serving God, we are acting in God's will. So, we'll leave it at that. AA will keep going as long as we do the next right thing. Now, that was me breezing through the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days of whatchamacallit, whatever you call these, daily reflections. And now, because I'm not a shirker, we are going to do comments real quick. You ready for some comments? Everybody loves comments. Comments. All right. A lot of Tom McDonald comments. I think I'm going to not read those. Although this one seems kind of appropriate. I am a Hangover Gang family member for 4 years now. After watching this, I feel Tom found Jesus Christ at the end of his troubles. After that, he is now the best independent artist of the world. Jesus said he is the truth, love, and the light. I can't. Fucking, can you believe Kanye West and these neo-Nazis? I read somebody post, like, just because Kanye West is mentally ill, it doesn't mean that it's okay for him to be a fucking anti-Semite. And I love Adidas too, so it's like, I don't know what we're going to do. Jamie Hasegawa said, is that a fish tank I hear in the background? It is, Jamie. There is a fish tank in the background. A blast from the past. It's Nora's. She took it out of her room and she put it in here. If you guys saw how fucked up this room is, you can see, I need to spend some of today cleaning this room. John Mack MC says he likes Aaron's higher power being acceptance. I think his my higher power agrees with that. I like that. Here we go. Amy Hopler Mitchell says, does Howie have a son? If so, he is the son of the beach. That's good. I zoned out during the reading, but heard you say God about 20 times. I do like your interpretation of God's will. Thanks, Dave. Amy is the champion of DopeyCon stash word, by the way. Jacqueline says, my guy and I have looked forward to you every day. We watch the daily reflections. We laugh and we enjoy your authenticity and wonder and understand why you don't want to do it anymore. But you really need to know you've made a big difference in so many lives. God bless. We love you, Dave. Thanks, Jackie. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Radik says, Dave, they're going to start selling weed in Circle K gas stations. Can you believe it? Down here in South Florida. I totally believe it. Wormhole Farms replies, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. All right. Jeremy Duchel says, I actually got his name pronounced right, and I corrected myself with the wrong one. I believe it. All right. We're caught up. The last week of Daily Reflections. Something new is coming. I just don't know what it is. Until next time, stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris. And look at this, Frankenstein. Wow.